Hello, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
It's warmer in here than out there, so welcome in.
Thank you so much.
You
yeah, it's pretty chilly
welcome.
out there. Hey?
It's the wind, isn't it?
Yeah.
The wind is a bit of a chunk of a change. I know, it messes my hair up too.
Yeah, oh my goodness, my bangs are everywhere. Like when I left the house today, it was warm.
Oh.
What happened?
Something along the way that wasn't in our... So, you are Sequoia.
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
My name is Biniam.
Biniam?
Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well, Sequoia. I wanted to come to this park for so long to experience it, but I haven't yet. It's a pretty cool park, eh?
Yeah. I haven't really been in there either, actually.
It's kind of eye-engaging when you drive by it, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So when I saw your name pop up on my little app here, I said, wouldn't it be really funny if I showed up in a Toyota Sequoia to pick up Sequoia?
Yeah.
I thought that would be so cool.
That is silly, yeah.
So, I know the name Sequoia from the brand of Toyota vehicles, but I don't know what it means. Do you know what it means?
Yeah, so,
Enlighten me.
my mom is native,
Yeah.
and in, like, her language, it means, like, strong and, like, sturdy.
Okay.
Yeah. So, it makes sense because it's also a tree. Yeah.
Ah, oh, it is a tree. That's
It's a tree,
right.
yeah, like the big redwoods. And
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, personally, do you feel like you imbibe those characteristics in your personality?
I don't really think so.
No.
I think they got it wrong, especially because, I mean, sequoia trees are the tallest trees that exist, and I stopped growing at 5'2", so I feel like they got that wrong. But,
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I've always been a pretty, not like the most outgoing person. So
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe it'll like push me to do that more.
Well, how would you describe yourself? Candidly speaking. Look at this puppy looking at us.
Oh my goodness. What a good boy.
Hey.
Or girl. He's vibing.
Yeah.
I would say, I mean, most of my friends like describe me as like pretty quiet. Like, I won't like go out of my way to like talk to people.
Yeah. Well, you're doing really well with me.
Thank you.
And
I
I'm a
appreciate
stranger.
Yeah.
A strange man. Yes. So carry on.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Would you consider yourself an introvert?
Definitely an
Definitely.
introvert.
Okay, so
I
you're...
don't like leaving the house.
Okay.
I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
That's a good describing word.
Okay. So you're quiet by nature. You like to leave as little of a social footprint as possible. What are some really good things that you'd say, I own this, this is me, like I'm really, like if you had to brag about yourself, about like the things you take particular pride in, saying I do this really good, what would those be?
I'd say I think I'm like a pretty like kind person.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like my brand almost.
Nice.
You
think that's your brand, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I'm gonna show you my business card, okay?
Okay.
And then look at my self-appointed title that I use for myself.
Let's make kindness ordinary again. Heck yeah, I love it.
But then do you see the...
Kindnessologist?
Yep. So you're like a fellow kindnessologist. I like that. I like being really intentional about kindness, especially as a characteristic, which I'm more intentional about that just because I'm not sure if it's on the radar as much today. So,
yeah, I agree.
I'm very happy to meet a fellow kindnessologist. But let me ask you a little more then.
No worries.
Why kindness for you?
Pardon?
Why kindness for you?
I think everyone deserves mutual respect, no matter their circumstances or anything.
Yeah.
I feel like everyone deserves that.
Yeah. And you feel everyone deserves it. Is that driven because you don't see it being expressed for everyone, or is there more at play there?
It's never really like been a second thought.
Okay. So just like normal, ordinary response.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I just I've never been good at like confrontation
going somewhere with all this, by the
Okay,
way.
no worries.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
So, in the expression of kindness for you, is there anything that would compel you to be other than kind? Is there anything that would compel you to choose something different?
I'd say like dishonesty,
Okay.
or
Like when you are on the receiving end of dishonesty.
yeah,
Okay.
or I mean, obviously, if like you like would murder someone, I feel like, well, maybe they're not. They don't deserve that, you know, like.
Yeah.
Like if you push it to the extreme, but
Sure.
I don't know.
So in essence, you're saying everyone deserves access to kindness,
Yeah.
but not everyone.
I believe that like everyone is entitled to it until proven otherwise.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Okay.
But I think a lot of people judge very quickly and don't really do that.
So you want to give people a fair shake before you do that,
Yeah.
and you don't want to judge the book by its cover initially,
Yeah.
because that's
I'd-
unfair.
I'd say so.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
I can see all that, and it sounds like you've really thought about that. Now, going back again to the meaning of your name,
Yeah. Okay.
do you not see some elements of all this playing out in these convictions? Because we're talking about convictions or values, things that we hold really tenaciously, really strongly, saying, this is really important for me, and I can't be moved off of this
Yeah.
commitment, right?
So like for me,
Yeah.
like, a huge thing is like honesty and just like justice. And I mean, I'm pretty stubborn, so maybe that's why.
I was waiting for that word to come up.
Exactly. I'm pretty stubborn,
Yes.
so maybe that's why I'm named what I am.
So, yeah, I'm wondering if aren't those elements already at play in a way that you probably didn't recognize before.
Yeah,
So the
maybe.
stubbornness, especially for these things that you feel, it almost sounds like you feel these are non-negotiables. Non-negotiables, right?
I mean, I think I can like respect other people's beliefs, but at least for me, I'm like,
Let me push you on that one there. Can you respect the beliefs of an individual who doesn't act on it, but believes that adults should be able to engage sexually with kids and that should be normalized?
absolutely not.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to challenge
Yeah,
that and say,
no, totally.
So
And
again-
it, like to an extent,
Sure.
obviously.
and I was choosing something like extreme at the beginning there, just to say, what you're saying, I'm not sure if that's what you really mean. So,
No, yeah. I mean, I can respect other people's beliefs, like to an extent, as long as, I don't know. What I always say is like, if you're not hurting others or yourself, and it doesn't directly affect other people, then you can believe whatever you want to, as long as everyone is safe and happy. And
so that's, I guess, where I was making it even more clear when I was saying, what if they never acted on it, but they're advocating for it?
well, see, that's like so tricky.
It is, isn't it?
That's like such a tricky concept because obviously free speech, but then you see people outside of like Planned Parenthoods and stuff, like,
Yeah.
but they're actively hurting people by doing that. So that's why I don't agree with it.
Okay.
It's like you can have those views, but they're like emotionally abusing women every day. That's not okay.
And further along those lines, I guess there's has something to be said about ideas have consequences, because even though you may just have an idea, even talking about the idea, you can be held accountable for it if you
Exactly.
inspire someone who's going to take it to the next level, right?
Yeah, and I
and-
mean that can go with anything.
Sure.
That can go
Yeah.
with,
You weren't really planning for this kind of a conversation. I understand. You just wanted to get to
That's
point B.
okay. I am like, I just got a tattoo, so I'm like
Oh,
half
you
asleep
did.
right now. But
I see. Oh, you're doing pretty well then.
oh, thank you.
Is this your first tattoo?
No.
You have a collection,
I have a couple. Yeah.
and it sounds like it's ongoing.
Oh, definitely.
What was
Till I
this?
die.
What was this tattoo of?
I got a moth on my chest.
Okay.
hmm
Is there any significance, or are you like, this is cool?
It doesn't like have a
business. So I'm an Uberologist. This is what I do for my main job.
Yeah.
When I'm not doing this, by the way, good question. I would say I love inspiring and encouraging people in general to connect more meaningfully with their fellow human beings. And I do that intentionally because I don't think it happens often. And I don't think it happens often because, Sequoia, I don't know if people have ever been given that model of what could be and how to go about it. And so it's a thing that people are desperately wanting but not knowing how to access. And so I like thinking about ways of presenting. So I do a lot of video content. Part of videos is just me talking about my perspectives, encouraging. And then the other that I do is, especially in relation to my Uber here. So this is my security camera here. I have this, for safety primarily. But they'll come across like great conversations like